Hello everyone. In this lesson we're going to demonstrate how to configure static routing through a simple game. We will put the necessary routing in place in order to allow bidirectional communication between the 192.168.1.0/24 network and the 192.168.2.0/24 network via the highlighted path. If I try to ping the 192.168.2.10 host from the 192.168.1.10 host, we can see that the ICMP response reads destination host unreachable. This is because no routing has been configured yet. With the 192.168.1.10 host pointing to the 192.168.1.1 router as its default gateway, we can begin our exercise with the 192.168.1.1 router. If I run show IP route, we can see that the router 1 does not have a route for the 192.168.2.0/24 network in its route table, and it doesn't have a default gateway of its own either. As a result, traffic destined for the 192.168.2.0/24 network gets discarded. We will therefore configure an IP route for the said network by specifying its network address, its subnet mask, and the next hop router, which in this case is 192.168.3.2. If I run show IP route once again, we can confirm that this time there is a route for the target network via the next hop router we supplied earlier. Let's see what happens now if I initialize some ICMP traffic from the 192.168.1.10 host to the target network. I will fast forward the time to ensure that our changes have taken effect, and I will test again. We can see that the default gateway of our client is now forwarding the ICMP traffic over to router 2 thanks to the route we configured earlier. Router 2, however, discards the traffic because it doesn't have a route for the 192.168.2.0/24 network. We shall configure a route on router 2 as well, verify our change, and test again. This time around, we see that the traffic is going through router 1, router 2, and it gets discarded at router 7. Can you guess why? You guessed correctly. Router 7 doesn't have a route for the 192.168.2.0/24 network. I am sure that you understand by now where this is going. We will configure a route on router 7, verify our configuration, and run yet another test. I will fast forward the time to ensure that all of our changes have taken effect. and we can see that the ICMP request finally makes it all the way to the 192.168.2.10 host. Somebody might ask, but how come did router 8 forward the traffic even though we didn't configure a route for the 192.168.2.0/24 network? The answer is that the said network is directly connected to router 8, so a static route is not necessary for forwarding the inbound ICMP traffic to the 192.168.2.10 host, because router 8 knows about it already. Now, you might have noticed that router 8 discarded the reply traffic because, as you can imagine, we haven't configured a route for the 192.168.1.0/24 network. Given what we have learned so far in this lesson, pause the video and put in place the necessary static routes on all routers of the same path. Once you are done, or if you get stuck, resume the video so that we can configure everything together. Having configured the static routing for the return traffic as well, we can see that it is now possible to ping the 192.168.2.10 host from the 192.168.1.10 host. Thank you very much for watching.